we all go through this journey, right? Life. And sometimes it feels like we're just rushing head down. And you don't really take stock until, well, maybe until you're looking back much later. But what if we could get some of that wisdom now, Like peek behind the curtain and learn from people who've reached the end of the road. That's really the idea behind our deep dive today.
It's quite powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, our source material is it's incredibly poignant. It's called The 5 Regrets of the Dying. And this isn't just like one person's opinion. It comes from lots of studies, interviews with hundreds of people, really in their final weeks and months. Deep conversations, not just quick chats. And patterns started to emerge, things that kept coming up. So our mission really is to take these common regrets and see what actual insights you can get from them right now.
Okay, so let's unpack this. 5 common regrets that just keep showing up.
It really is fascinating, isn't it? How looking at things from the end of life can totally shift how we see today. It gives you this kind of foresight.
Foresight, yeah. That's a good way to put it.
And these aren't just sad stories. They're actually really powerful guides, I think, for living more fully right now. A chance to maybe adjust course before it's too late.
Oh, okay, let's dive in. The first one, and the source says, this is maybe the most common one, wishing I had lived my own life, not the life others expected.
That one hits hard.
Yeah. It's basically about not living authentically, right? Letting what other people expect, parents, society, whoever, letting that dictate your choices.
Yeah.
The source mentions things like choosing careers or even who you marry or just how you live day to day, based more on what others think you should do instead of what you genuinely want.
Right. You sort of lose touch with your own internal compass.
Exactly.
And that really brings up a big question for all of us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are we actually steering the ship or are we just kind of on autopilot? Following scripts someone else wrote.
Autopilot, yeah.
What's really profound here, I think, is the idea that living your dream, your desires, it's not selfish. It's actually about respecting yourself, honoring who you are. The research really hammered home that, this life, it's yours alone. And that's, it's both a huge responsibility and incredibly freeing, right?
It is, because I think we often confuse meeting expectations with being, like, responsible, and only later maybe realize the cost. Okay,
Right.
Moving to the second regret. This one feels very current, with the pressures we all face. I shouldn't have worked so hard that I forgot the people I love.
Ah, yes. The work-life balance struggle, or lack thereof.
Right. So the source talks about this trap, getting so caught up in work, ambition, that time for family, for loved ones, it just evaporates.
Yeah.
Money, status, promotions, they become the main focus.
Yeah.
And you lose sight of what really matters most, relationships. And the source points out the consequences pretty starkly. Kids growing up feeling their parents aren't really there, spouses feeling lonely even when you're in the same house. And by the time you realize it, those moments, they're gone. You can't get them back.
And if you zoom out a bit, it really forces you to ask, what is truly valuable?
Yeah.
Identify that before those moments were just memories.
Right. Before it's too late.
The key lesson here isn't really don't work hard. It's about being intentional.
Yeah.
About consciously creating some kind of balance between work and, life, your actual life.
Yeah.
It makes you ask, who am I really doing all this work for? And what am I giving up?
That's a tough one, a daily challenge for so many. Okay, the third regret. This taps into something more internal, I think. I should have had the courage to express my true feelings.
Oof. Holding back.
Totally. That tendency we have to just keep things inside. Love, anger, sadness. Even apologies we know we should make. And the research suggests the reasons are often like thinking, oh, I'll tell them later. Or being afraid that the truth might hurt someone right now.
That short-term discomfort, yeah.
But then at the end, people really regret not telling someone, I love you, or not saying sorry for a mistake, or even just not standing up for what they believed in.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how heavy those unspoken words can become.
Yeah.
Expressing how you truly feel. It's not always easy. The source makes that clear.
Yeah.
But it's framed as, essential, necessary for living a full, authentic life. It really highlights how important courage and honesty are in our connections with others.
Yeah.
It's less about avoiding awkwardness, maybe, and more about allowing real connection.
Which often needs that vulnerability, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Okay, number 4. This one shifts focus to friends. I lost good friends because I didn't know how to maintain relationships.
Ah, friendships.
Yeah.
The source calls friendship a precious treasure, but notes that often we only get it when it's gone.
So true.
And the ways it happens are just painfully familiar, like arguing over something small
Yeah.
and being too stubborn to make up, or just letting busyness take over.
Drifting apart. Yeah. Letting those connections just fade away because life gets in the way. And then later you realize, wow, those true friends, the ones who really got you, shared the good times and the bad, they are incredibly rare and hard to replace.
This one really makes you pause and think, doesn't it? Are we actually investing in those important friendships,
Mhm.
or are we just letting the demands of life slowly chip away at them?
Investing, that's the key word.
Exactly. The source stresses that it takes active, ongoing effort from everyone involved. It's about, communication, forgiveness, actually caring for each other consistently. And big picture, good friendships are shown to be just vital sources of strength and happiness throughout life.
So it's not just about making friends, but really keeping them requires effort.
Definitely.
Okay, final one, number 5. I should have chosen happiness for myself more often.
A happiness choice.
Yeah, it addresses that thing where we get so bogged down, right?
Yeah.
Worry, sadness, anger. We just forget that happiness, a lot of the time, is actually a choice we can make.
It's easy to forget that.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the source gives examples, like learning to see things more positively, or just consciously choosing to laugh more, choosing to spend time doing things that actually bring you joy.
Little things.
Yeah. And it's not about pretending problems don't exist. It clarifies that. It's more about not letting those problems totally dominate your life, not letting them blind you to the good stuff that's still around.
And connecting that to the bigger picture. It really comes down to agency, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That power we have to choose our outlook, to shape our experience, even when things outside are tough.
Agency. Yeah.
The research is a great reminder that those small daily moments of happiness, they add up. They become the precious memories that make life feel worthwhile. It's about grabbing onto that power to choose moment by moment, even in hard times. Not about being happy constantly, because who is, but about choosing it whenever you can.
Right. So we've covered these 5 big themes that came out of looking back at life, living your own life, valuing relationships over work, expressing your feelings, keeping those friendships going, and actively choosing happiness. So what does this all mean for you listening right now? The core message from the source seems really clear. We don't know how much time we have. None of us do. But we can choose how we use the time we've got.
Yeah. It's about quality, not just quantity. Intention.
Exactly.
And maybe a life with zero regrets is impossible. I mean, who achieves that? But aiming for a life with the fewest regrets, especially these big 5, that seems like a really worthy goal.
Yeah.
So here's something to think about as you go about your day. If the real measure of a good life isn't just about what you achieve or collect, but maybe more about the absence of these really common, deep regrets, how could knowing that now change the small choices, the intentional decisions you make starting today?